Alright everyone, Amber Temerity here again, and today, like I said, we're going to be talking about banishing blog fog and how to avoid burnout with these 5 tips. So who am I? Well, for those of you who are unfamiliar, as I said, my name is Amber Temerity. I am the owner of 2 online businesses, ThriftyGuardian.com, which is a frugal living blog for parents, and EmbracingTemerity.com, which is the site through which I generate my efficiency strategist clients. I am also a mom of 2 under 3. Not for much longer, actually. My son will be 3 on October 22nd, but for right now, still 2 under 3 and a mom of 2 toddlers, so that alone keeps things interesting. I am a nearly lifelong blogger. I have been blogging since the days of Zanga and MySpace, LiveJournal. I had my GeoCities site. So for nearly 20 years I have been blogging, but I've actually only been making money from it, or making good money from it, since November of 2015. I am an efficiency strategist and productivity coach for online business owners who find themselves trapped under the overwhelm. And that is what we are going to talk about today, is how to hopefully get yourselves out from under that overwhelm. So what is blog fog? Well, I don't know if you know this, but most bloggers quit within the first 6 months, or they come up with a new idea and try to go that route, or they revamp their website, they revamp their marketing programs. They never stay consistent. And that is because there are a lot of people out there who think that making money online, whether it's blogging or being a business coach or graphic designer, anything like that, they think that it's easy money. They think it's going to be quick to just throw up a website, get those clients, and no problem, easy peasy. Unfortunately, you and I both know that is not the case. And the thing of it is, you have to remember, even though it's not easy, it's so worth it. The freedom to be able to live wherever you want, travel when you want, be your own boss, that makes the time and energy, especially all that it requires in the very beginning, so worth it. And the best way to run a profitable business is by banishing blog fog for good. Getting rid of that stress that weighs you down, that makes you tired and makes it hard to focus, makes it hard to get that content out, write out that marketing plan. It's what causes you to get on your computer and open Facebook, open your email, click over to YouTube. Maybe that's how you came across this recording. It's what prevents you from running a successful business. And so today we are going to talk about getting rid of it for good. And like I said, I'm going to share with you my top 5 tips to do that. So first is automate and recycle that content. You see here I've got 6 different scheduling systems that I've used myself. There's way more out there than this, but these are the ones that I've used, that I've experienced with. I currently use Buffer. Another one I just realized isn't on there is CoSchedule. I've looked into that, but I do prefer Buffer above all else. However, the most important thing is that you find what works for you. I used Hootsuite, the free version, wasn't a big fan. It was a bit too tedious for me, but if that's what works for you, great, use it. I use Later for my Instagram and my Twitter, so that works out really well. Tailwind, if you are considering investing in a scheduling software, Tailwind is the way to go. Believe me on this. It is worth the investment and then some. Within 1 week of using Tailwind for Pinterest, my impressions skyrocketed 8 100%. If you don't believe me, I took a screenshot. I will gladly show it to you. Seriously, Tailwind is the best investment I've done thus far. So please, if you do decide to invest in Tailwind, I do have a referral link, of course, in the description of this video. I would love it if you would click through and try it out through that, of course. And then I have used Board Booster. Again, it really, for most people, it's a matter of preference. But between Board Booster and Tailwind, Tailwind wins, hands down, always, always, always. I spend about 10 minutes each week on Pinterest, and my Thrifty Guardian website sees about 700 to 1,000 views each and every day, thanks to Pinterest. My marketing for that website is pretty much as minimal as it can get, and I still see great results. So like I said, if you're interested in that, please sign up through my Tailwind referral link. Also, make sure that you are using that Facebook business page. Make sure you're scheduling your stuff directly on that. Facebook really doesn't like it when you use outside software to schedule for your business page. When it comes to your group, if you run your own Facebook group, obviously use scheduling software. Like I said, Buffer works great for me, but any of those. But when it comes to your business page, schedule it on your business page. And then by recycling, obviously I mean recycle your content. So what I do when I'm creating my posts, I do most of my images in Canva, because then I can do the automatic resize and not have to worry about that elsewhere. And so I start off with Instagram. I make my Instagram images. From there, I pull what I am going to put up on my Facebook page and my Twitter. I type out one little blurb, one little call to action, whatever it is that I want to talk about that day, my value posts, my market research, like I said, whatever I've got going on that day. Pop it in my later for Instagram. And then when that pops up to tell me, hey, it's time to post an Instagram, I can then copy and paste it directly into my Facebook group or my Facebook page or somebody else's Facebook group, whatever I've got going on. But then I can also copy and paste it to schedule onto my Facebook business page. I do try to space things out so that I'm not scheduling the exact same thing across all platforms. But you really, if you are not recycling your content and tracking your content, honestly, I have a Google Doc that just has, it's called visibility posts, and it is just all of the little snippets of content I've created over the last year that I've used in my marketing. Because then if I join a new Facebook group, or I'm really struggling for some reason that week to get an email out, I can just go in there, look through the archives, pull something that's a bit older, and use it. So make sure you're tracking, automating, and recycling. And it's not just on your social media platforms either. If you write a blog post, use that blog post to then hop over to your business page and do a Facebook Live, or jump into my Facebook group. I allow Facebook Lives in my group. Jump in there. Use your blog post to talk about, or to do a Facebook Live. Then use that to flesh out an email for the week. And pull pieces from that to schedule out for Instagram, Twitter, whatever you've got going on. Revamp it a little bit, post it up on LinkedIn. If you are doing it right when it comes to automation and recycling, you should really only be spending 2 to 3 hours at most each week on your content marketing strategy and development. So next, I'm going to talk about taking it one platform at a time. Now, obviously, as I was just saying, when it comes to automation and recycling, you should be able to easily spread yourself out across all platforms fairly easily. But when it comes to focusing on a marketing platform, really building a platform, do it one at a time. Because if you try to build your Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook group, email list, business page, etc., all of that at once, you will burn out. Hands down, no doubt about it, you will be one of those bloggers that quits in the next 6 months because you're trying to do too much. You're spreading yourself way too thin, and you're not going to see the results, the positive results that will then motivate you to keep going. Obviously, if you ask me, and if you know me at all, I am huge when it comes to Pinterest. I love Pinterest. Pinterest. But if you are a food blogger, for example, you might have better success on Instagram. People are visual creatures. They love seeing those food pics. Great. Then focus on building your Instagram. If you are more of a professional, targeting more of those in the corporate world, LinkedIn might be a better bet for you. But again, if you're trying to do all of this, you are wasting your time. Figure out where your target market is and focus on that one first. Then use what you learn on that certain platform to then build yourself elsewhere. As you work on building one platform, believe me, you will learn to build those others. And as you are marketing yourself, like I said, it goes back to automation and recycling. If you are doing that, your other platforms will still build organically. So don't be stressed out thinking, oh, I only have 17 followers on Twitter right now. Let me tell you what. First of all, Twitter, I'm not a huge fan. I use it, but I have not worked hard to build it. That said, I have about 2,200 followers, I think, if not more. I haven't checked it in a while because, again, it's not where my target market is. But I did literally pretty much nothing except recycling and automating, and it still built itself up. So focus on one at a time. Next, be willing to disconnect. Your blog will not crash and burn if you turn off your phone. Say it. I'm serious. I want you to say it with me. Say, my blog will not crash and burn if I turn off my phone. Again, my blog will not crash and burn if I turn off my phone. Do you believe yourself yet? Even if you're not comfortable actually turning off your phone, I don't really know many people that actually do that, put it on airplane mode. Or, if you've got kids and they're out of the house and you're worried about somebody needing to call and get through, that's fine, but just put it down and walk away. Get off of Facebook. Get off of Pinterest. Stop checking your stats every 3 hours. Be willing to disconnect. I actually only really truly disconnect about once a month. I'll be honest with you there. But again, I'm running 2 businesses. Also, I really love what I've got going on. I've got a mastermind group that I run. I've, of course, got my clients who do need to be able to reach me within 24 hours. And I run an awesome Facebook group. But I am willing to disconnect when I need it. I am willing to recognize that need, that when I get close to burnout, when I get too close to that blog fog and I see it creeping closer, I know that I need to disconnect, and I do. For example, my birthday was September 29th, so that weekend, that entire day actually, I had my phone on silent. I was with my family, so, I wasn't stressed about something going on. I knew nobody would need to really reach me, and it was seriously one of the best days I've had in a long time. I wasn't stressed about my sites. I wasn't stressed about my readers. My clients knew that this would be the one exception where they might have to wait 36 hours instead of the 24 to get a hold of me. They were okay with that. And I just enjoyed my day. It was gorgeous out. The weather was nice. I really got to be present. And that's a big part of avoiding that blog fog, is being present, not feeling as though you're living online, being able to walk away from the computer, to put down that phone, to just have confidence and have faith that if you keep going with this business, if you keep going with this blog, you will still be successful. Putting down your phone and disconnecting for one day will not cause chaos, okay? Just want to really reinforce that, because if you are not willing to disconnect, you will burn out. You will feel stressed out, and again, you'll feel like you're living online. You will be so sick of Facebook. You'll be so tired of it. That passion that you currently have for it all will quickly fizzle. So let's not let that happen, okay? Next, and this is my biggest one, schedule yourself. Toss those to-do lists. Oh my goodness, I hate to-do lists. All right, I don't hate them. Maybe I'm being exaggerating a little bit too much, but seriously, if you are somebody, and I used to be like this, so believe me, I'm not judging, but if you are somebody who writes out a to-do list, maybe even highlight it, or, do little symbols to mark what needs to be done today versus tomorrow, and, you feel great. It feels like you prioritized. It feels like you've accomplished something. And then you lose the list, or you forget about it, or you do the easier, quicker things, and the harder, more intensive things, those jump onto the next to-do list. If that is you, again, I'm not judging, but you especially need to toss those to-do lists. Get rid of them. You can most certainly still write out what you've got going on. In fact, I very much encourage it. If you haven't followed me before, I do actually have a free planner that I give out that tells you, put pen to paper. It is imperative to running a successful business and to banishing blog fog and to living a more peaceful life. Pen to paper. But as you prioritize, as you map out those goals, as you write down what you need to accomplish today, tomorrow, and the next week, put it on your calendar. Here you can see I do have it blurred for a reason. That's not your eyes going all wonky. It is blurred because I've got, clients that maybe don't want me putting it out there, what they've got going on. And I love my readers. I love my audience. But we don't need to get so personal that you know what I'm doing each and every day of my life. However, I will tell you, I start my day every morning. You can almost kind of see it here. Each and every morning, about 7:30, once I get up and get going, after I've had some water and some coffee, I do my affirmations. I actually do them with my older child. My youngest one is still, she gets there. She tries, but we do affirmations. Setting that groundwork, setting that stage for a positive, successful day. And then from there, of course, I've got breakfast, and then whatever else I've got going on. I only check my email 3 times a day, and again, I do that only because I've got clients who need to be able to reach me. But other than that, my email is closed. I check my email first thing in the morning. I check it again around lunchtime, just before lunch. And then I check it again before I close up shop for the day. Also, when it comes to email, if you open an email, you need to respond to it. Stop with the starring, stop with the red flagging, stop with the, it's going to take me more than 5 minutes, I'll do it later. No. If you open that email, you need to respond to it. Obviously, if you've got something to think on, or you need to reach out to somebody else to answer the email, great. Flag it, get back to it. Put it in your calendar to get back to it. But if it's just you browsing out of habit and, I'll answer those emails later. No, you just wasted time reading emails that you're then going to have to reread when it is finally time to answer. So another thing that I schedule out other than meals and emails is my client work, my content marketing strategy times that I usually do on Sundays. I schedule out what my kids have going on. Their days are not completely rigid. I do believe in allowing them a lot of free play, a lot of independence and flexibility, but kids thrive on a schedule. How that schedule is, depends per child, but it's really important to give them consistency, to give them a routine. So I've, of course, got them scheduled out. And then I have free time scheduled out. I have relaxation scheduled out. And maybe you're listening to this going, holy cow, Amber, like, that's a bit much. That's a bit too intense. That's a bit neurotic. Maybe so, but I can guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt that if you did this for 1 week, just 1 week, 7 days, if you scheduled out and stuck to it, I don't want to hear, oh, well, I scheduled it, but then something came up. No, that's the whole point of the schedule is if something comes up, great. Click and drag what you missed or what you had to reschedule somewhere else in your calendar. There is no excuse, and that is why I love these scheduling, because there is no excuse. It removes those excuses, it removes those tendencies to procrastinate, and it removes those to-do lists that don't get done. So if you don't take anything else away from this webinar other than this, it is schedule yourself so then you can treat yourself, okay? Seriously, it makes all the difference. All right, finally, have an accountability partner. Now, there's a number of ways to go about getting an accountability partner. Of course, you can post in a group, and I do have a little plug in there for my group, bit.ly/Amber's group, capital A, capital G. It is case sensitive. That does matter in URL shorteners, so make sure you do that right. I don't know where it'll send you otherwise. So post in a group, my group or otherwise, and ask for one. Be very upfront. Vulnerability posts will take you far. Showing your true colors, being willing to say, hey, I need help too sometimes, that will make a huge difference in your business. So seriously, go into a group and just say, hey everyone, my name is Amber Temerity and I am an efficiency strategist, and lately I've really been struggling with getting my next masterclass launched. Is there anybody here who wants to be an accountability partner for each other and we can set some goals and see what we can accomplish in the next month? Hurts no one. I guess maybe if nobody answers you, it might hurt your feelings a little bit, but keep at it. You'll find somebody. Another thing I've had great success with is to see if anybody wants to have a quote-unquote coffee date on Skype. This, by far and away, like anytime I post this, I always get like a dozen people that are like, yes, and then of those dozen, like maybe half actually follow through and hop on Skype with me. But it's a great way to network. It's a great way to get to know people, especially people within your same niche. But again, it's also a great way to find an accountability partner. So again, jumping into a group, posting it on Twitter, wherever you want to post it, and just say, does anybody want to jump on Skype and connect? I really could use an accountability partner, blah, 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 blah. Same thing again, it's just posting in a group. Next, of course, hire one. But that is if you need accountability and guidance. I'm big on accountability, obviously. It's a big part of what I do as an efficiency strategist and productivity coach. I hold my clients accountable for their goals and priorities. But if that was all I did, I couldn't justify charging you what I do, $6.97 for my 30-day program. It's so much more than that. But if you are just struggling with holding yourself accountable, if that's it, if you know what you've got going on otherwise, do not hire a business coach. Do not hire an efficiency strategist. Do not waste your money. Do not be bullied into wasting your money. I've seen so many people, especially, the business coaches who treat it like an MLM, a pyramid scheme. Don't let them make you think that you will not be successful if you don't hire out, okay? Only hire out if you need that mentor, if you need the guidance, if you need the education, if you just feel completely trapped under the overwhelm, then yeah, let's talk. Maybe we'd be great to work together. Along those same lines, as far as making an investment, you can always join a mastermind group. That is one of the first things I did when I was looking to really make a success of my business and really take myself to the next level, is I joined a paid mastermind group. And I say paid, Again, not to make you feel like you have to spend money to run a profitable business, but if you do not put money or put energy into something, chances are it's not going to remain a priority. So you can have all the best intentions in the world. Yes, I'm going to join this free mastermind group and I'm going to pop in there every day and I'm going to do this and this and it's going to be great. Chances are good it won't. If you are already struggling with accountability and you are struggling with procrastination and poor time management, joining a free group, it's not going to get you where you need to be. I do, again, little plug here, I do offer paid mastermind groups every 8 to 10 weeks, depending on what I've got going on. I only charge $99. It's an 8-week program, so it averages costs you about $12 an hour, just as far as the group calls go. That's not including the time spent, within the private group and all of that, but it's phenomenal. To see, I've had a lot of clients, especially in these paid groups, that they struggle. They're so close, they're right there, and I see them for months and months and months, whether it's with my group or other people's groups, no matter how I connected with them, and then they join this paid group. They finally put their money where their mouth is, and within those 8 weeks, they completely transform their business into a money-generating machine. They take it from hobby to actual business. So that's not to say you have to join my paid mastermind group. Obviously, I am biased and have preferential for that, but find one that makes sense for you. Find one that fits you. It is a great way. If you look at experts and the most successful people over the generations, they will all say that masterminds are what lead to success. Working together to manifest goals and to support each other and to guide each other makes a big difference. So, like I said, that's, again, you don't have to invest, but I really, of these 4, obviously I think if you are considering hiring a strategist, I might be the girl for you, but of these 4, that paid mastermind group, that is what will take you far, especially if you don't yet have the money to hire a business coach or a strategist or anything. The mastermind group would probably be the best route for you. So I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. As promised, I did keep it under 30 minutes, so yay for saving time and getting information out in an efficient manner. As a thank you for tuning in, please feel free to book a strategy session with me. It's completely free, and by that I mean it is sales pitch free. I am not in sales, I am in strategy. Therefore, anytime we talk, whether it's you asking for a quick guidance via Facebook message or within my group or on this free strategy call, I don't pitch. I don't try to sell to you. If we are meant to work together, we will. But I am not so desperate for clients that I will ever act like a telemarketer or a pushy perfume saleswoman in a department store. I promise to not spritz you with my scent. That's weird. We don't do that here. So, bit.ly/call Amber, again, case sensitive. And then, if you are watching this before October 24th, I have a scholarship opportunity. bit.ly/scholarship30. It is a free spot in my 30-day program. So if you are somebody who, like I was just saying, struggles with accountability, struggles with time management, check out this opportunity. Do not apply just because it's a free opportunity. Get to know me, get to know my programs, make sure it would be a good fit for you. The qualifications are on that website there, but if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me, comment below, whatever you want. You can always find me on Facebook too. Like I said, you can join my group, bit.ly/Amber's group, capital A, capital G. Other than that, I thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that you put these tips to use and banish blog fog for good. I will talk to you all later. Bye.